Hello friends, it's DJ Failure here, back with some more slow jams. That's probably due to the 4 times time mod there that we're using. As we head towards the Citadel from Caprica, and we're back with some Transport Fever, indeed. Now, last time around we built this route, and it's yet to really be making any money at all. I've done a little bit more development here at the Citadel, which we're now pulling into, and you can see that we've got a scattering of passengers who are waiting to use it. Over there to your right, you will see up in the sky the original station. In fact, they're all looking at it, or would be if they were facing the right way, but no, they're waiting for the invasion and or rapture, depending on what happens first. Yes, we built some stuff. Okay, that's a thing that happened. The views are quite lovely. The whistle of the train is quite lovely. But let's zoom out here and we'll see exactly what's what. So since you've been gone, I tinkered ever so slightly, just a smidge, and I'm sure you'll forgive it because the end result is quite maddening. So I started out by building a tiny bit of road opposite the tram station here, in the hope that the AI would go, "Oh, I could build a house there." And I'd go, "Yes, why don't you? That would be a very good thing to do." I might need to get the smoothing gun out. In fact, let's do that. I'm going to waste the money on doing that, and then if I do just a little bit like this, maybe we can entice the AI to build something there. Originally, I had the notion of trying. Wait, you've spun the wrong way. Of trying to link up this road here with somewhere close to the tram stop. Now, if I were to delete the tram stop, rotate it 90 degrees anti-clockwise, so the tram stop would be a square there, and I did the necessary flattening, and we ran this road in round the side like that. There's some potential that could work. Basically, I want a little bit of building space next to the station. That way we might get some people moving in there. It doesn't actually seem to be that necessary, however. We're getting a reasonable flow of traffic coming up here via the tram system that now does the Townsville kind of lengthy route. So instead, I decided, well, okay, we'll get this one to route round and go under the station. And so that's what it does. We've got this really rather splendid. Goes round and under and heads off that way. Where's it going? Don't know. Could go anywhere. But I imagine that after I upgrade this station to have more than one track, which is what's coming in the next, let's say 3 minutes, then I'll double entrance the station there and we'll hook up to that somehow. Anyway, today's adventure is going to be expanding from the Citadel out to Toontown. And it's going to be pricey. Now, obviously, I foretold that this was going to be today's adventure, but let's not completely ignore the other end of the track here. As we head up towards Caprica, there is a heck of a lot of money to be made with a train route that runs through Caprica City, through Mos Eisley, through to Sherma, and then eventually heading out to Ankh-Morpork. The only downside is it's a lot of bulldozing. Now I could move the station, and I'm certainly not averse to doing that. But moving the station would mean, I don't know. There you go. I mean, we could move it back here a little, adjust the angle so that it's kind of moving like that, and then run the track, which would look really nice. Along the mountainside. We'll carve out a ledge for it to run along, and we'll go through here, and he's not going to be inexpensive unless we find a way to do a bridge over the top, which would look amazing. And then we keep going this way, at which point you're starting to get a little bit far off from the centre of Mos Eisley. Well, the centre of Mos Eisley is a bit of a wrecking ball already. Actually, it does actually look quite good. Huh. Anyway, you keep going, and then round here, and we'd probably try and snake here up the side of the airport. Now, given that I built this straight bit of road, I could probably dump that. You know what? I could dump that, and that could be the next stop for the station at this end. So that's coming. We're going to focus on this route for a bit. At least while the money makes sense. Now, on the money front, we've got 800 grand in front of us, but also another 9 million in the loan account. Yeah, it's an account now, it's not a loan. And we earned most of that last year. So if we assume that we can safely make 8 million per year in profit, and that is while carrying this new train that is making absolutely no money at all. In fact, the amount of money it's losing money. Let's not beat about the bush. So it's losing the best part of 400k a year. Yeah, that's just not ideal, is it? We've got a few others that are losing occasional bits of cash, but they come and go. I mean, the Toon Elmo is a bit of a concern, but we'll get to that. On the plus side, number one shipping route is the big earner, which is wonderful. Makes a change for ships to be the big earner rather than trains. Anyway, this is going to take a while, so I should stop waffling on, as if that's kind of my thing. And let's get on with the business. Right, I'm going to pause here because we're just before the end of March, and we'll get an upgrade in on this to start with. Now, I'm going to go for 2 tracks right now. I'll regret that later when I want more, but we're going to go with 2 at the moment. We'll add the second street connection where it can't align the terrain. Thank you. Okay, well, are you giving me any clues with regards to which bit of terrain you are having difficulty with? So it does that quite happily, but then that not so much. Well, actually, it's because it's no longer banking that up properly. So if I do a bit of a pre-smooth here. Now this, I mean, it might not do much. No, I mean that barely did anything. But my thinking is, if I can do some of the work of the terrain replacement, then maybe it will let me get away with it. Right. So if we raise up just a touch here. Now none of this is cheap. That was 50k. That's another 40. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. It's not a sensible way to do things, but it's a way of doing things, and therefore I'm going to no. Okay. All right. What are we missing? Well, you need to do some kind of build up there, and then probably smoothing gun. But I can't help but think that it's the amount of embankment that is trying to be built here that is causing things to be just generally, unhappy with life. And frankly, this second connection is going to be pretty important. Because, well, otherwise we're going to struggle to get the number of passengers up to the levels that we want. So, where was it putting it? About here. All right. Well, let's decrease the brush size a little, and then just gently puff up the land. Now, of course, I mean this is on its own absolutely worthless if I can't then subsequently get a road to connect to it. Go on, for me. Go on. You feel like it. Go on. There it is. Look. Right. There. Gentle bit of puffery, and we've made it work. There you go. Anyone would think I knew what I was doing, but they'd only be thinking that. If only they knew the truth. Right. We'll smooth this out as well. I know it's a waste of money, but I'm doing it. In fact, I should just stop saying I know it's a waste of money. I should just put it as like the subtitle for the series. Because if you're not careful, these are a swine to work with. Oh, hello. No, you appear to have gone rather further than I'd anticipated. Please allow me to smooth you back down to a sensible height. I'd rather not have a rather large kind of, I don't know, lozenge growing out of my platform. Let's leave that alone. All right, okay, just leave it there and press on. Okay, right, pressing on. Okay, so now then, we're going to Toontown, which is over there. We don't need to zoom in to know that the landscape betwixt the Citadel and Toontown is troublesome, but I think I've got a feeling. What sort of feeling have you got? Well, I've definitely got a feeling. Okay, right. Well, first step. Bundle straight through the side of the mountain, which is always a lovely way to start anyway out of a station. I am a sucker for station approaches that have a tunnel immediately next to them. And there you go. That's nice. Yep, that's good. We're on the flat. Now then, exactly, if I zoom in here, is being on the flat a good thing? Depends how much you want to do a bit more tunneling. Well, I haven't got the money right now. We've got the game rolling again, so we'll just keep it rolling. If we now go around to the other side of that mountain, so we had the artist's impression there of how deep it was, or how tall it is. So I think coming out at a similar elevation is going to be around here. So tunneling all the way through there is going to be prohibitively expensive. But the question is, where would we want to put the station? Well, actually, that's not a million miles away from useful. Except, you know, aside from it being quite a long way away from being useful. That would be a great place for a station if I had the multi-millions necessary to then bulldoze. I think we probably need to bulldoze as far as there, and then we could just go through the hill. Yes. All right. Well, hold on. You know, I'm up for a bit of an experiment. If we can get a price on this, or at least a lay of the land from it. The problem is, as soon as you encounter any kind of "I can't do that" error message, it ceases to give you an accurate kind of how it's going to. And I honestly couldn't tell you what's going on there. No, there's too much interference there for us to be able to accurately gauge whatever's going on. But changing this to a through station, bulldozing much of this area here, and then whacking it straight out over there would be the way to go. And that is really exciting as a concept. I'm not kidding. That is potentially interesting, because that turns this 3-stopper into a 4-stopper. Ooh, yeah, I know. But then Elmore has a second station that heads out the other side down to Rapture. So maybe we're going to put all of these together. I don't think 9 million quid's enough to do that with, though. Well, I'll tell you what. Keep building your bit of track. And then once we've got some progress on that side of things, we'll keep going. Let's see this as a multi-year project. Keep the clock running, and you know, we'll achieve success when a success is achieved. Right. I think rather than staying flat, we will increase our altitude a little, so that we don't have to tunnel quite as much for the second stage. Now, we won't be able to get over the top of that. Just prove it to yourself. I'm pretty sure that's like restricted airspace or something. You sure? You've got a bridge pillar collision. Yeah, but oh no, hold on. No, I'm lying. Maybe you could. No. See, it won't give you a pillarless version. Well, I've got a pillarless bridge option in here somewhere. That one. Right. No, it still says there's a bridge pillar collision. Let's use it the way you believe it's used, in that it is restricted airspace. Because I'll tell you something else that's interesting. If I'm going to invest in what is going to be, you know, a not inexpensive segment of track here, then we could end up with a nice location to put a freight station in here to handle these construction materials. Remembering, of course, that there is only one area that manufactures the stone or quarries the stone, and then it's all going to have to come out this way in order to be turned into anything, you know, commercially plausible. Okay, right. Okay, now Toontown. Hello there. Now, here's my station. Pretty sure that's a station. So I'm gonna want to come in this way, and by heading in this direction, it gives me, I don't know, it gives me a few more options out the other side. If I go this side of the track, then, and I want to hit there, then I am going to have to execute some kind of swan neck to get around this. I think this is the smart move. And obviously I now don't have the money, and obviously now it's significantly more expensive than I was looking at a moment ago. Right, have that, and then let's move on. Are we going to take the full loan to the max right now? No, let's take it out to 25, but no, hold on, let's take it to 23. You can borrow 2 million at a time to hopefully rein in your natural tendencies vis-a-vis spending it all really, really fast. I mean, look, you're already looking at a million and a half's worth of bridge here. Oh, no, it's nice, though, isn't it? You got, you know, it does that thing that I like. What, bridge tunnel? Yeah, bridge tunnel. It's lovely. Why are we electrified again? It's very hard to say. You started out on this route being electrified, and since then you're only running steam up it. But there you go. What do you feel about this bridge instead? I feel empty inside. Okay, well, don't you? I mean, if it's that's giving you that strong a feeling, don't do it. What else have we got going on here? It's, this number. It's got some pace. It's got some gravitas. Let's run with that. Okay, how much are we talking? 1.6 million. Well, you're going to have to do it anyway, and I don't actually think this is... it's not that I've been ripped off here. This is how expensive it's going to be. So just pay the money. Yep. Not a waste of money, that one. No, definitely not a waste of money. Just expensive. Right. Here we are on the hill, cresting the hill, as we look upon our opponent in today's battle. Now, our opponent is a town. And where we're heading is that station. Oh, it lines up really well. Give me a price check on some of this stuff. Yeah, this lot, 250k. That's reasonable. Well, you can get rid of your depot. I'm not going to get rid of the depot yet, though. You know why? Do you know why I'm not going to get rid of the depot? Because the flipping AI will build something there immediately. Same goes for this bus stop. 150k for that one. Yeah, we thought that would be a bit. That's 900,000. Flipping heck. Okay, so that's 400k for that. 1.7 for that. 1.15 for that lot. You're going to come out of this endeavour significantly poorer than you enter into it. You had better be certain that it's worth the money. That's 250,000. That's another 150k. That's... maybe now is not the time. Maybe... what we do here is we build up a little bit of ground around here, put another terminus in there so that we know that we've got the line pretty much spot on, and then we save up the cash. So we get it running, and then we save up the cash. You know I'm going to do this, right? I don't do it, and it's purely because if I were to go for the aggressive, let's bulldoze part of the town to get this working, approach right now, it's not going to work. Give me a bit more brush size here. All right, if I were to go the aggressive route now, I'd run out of money without being able to finish it. And that's not good, is it? Right, okay, now then, let's see if we can't get a terminal in here. Right, there we go. What are you doing? 160? Yeah, okay. No, actually, I'm not going to... yeah, I am going to run 160 because I can't run shorter. But what we're aiming for is more or less in line with what we've got there. We can't align the terrain. What's giving you the problem? I'm going to guess it's the road. Because you've got hills going on there, it's going to fight me. Now, you've got the angle good. You're probably going to have to sacrifice a house anyway. So if you need to take a building out to make this... oh, hold on. No, you can't align the terrain. It's got to be the road. It's got to be the road. In which case, stuff the road. Let's build at pretty much the same height as the road, but just not snap to it. You see, look, you can't align the terrain there either. Okay, well, let's do some embankmenting ourselves, caper then. Ooh, I tell you that'd be good, wouldn't it? To have some kind of, you know, like an elevated station kind of an idea, but on you know, on risers, on some joists, some scaffold of some kind, rather than a... gently, you're going overboard, and also you're not exactly... build this up a bit. There you go. You're not exactly on the right line there. Right. Now then. Now, here's the thing. Here's with this particular caper, firstly, don't go mad. I know, looking at me, you kind of go, but you have definitely gone mad. A second tip is check the angle that you're developing before you do it. Bum. Yes, yeah, okay, good. That's a good tip as well. Oh no. Right, okay. Well, it's just this bit. All right. And then the third tip was actually the one that I was going to be making is don't obsess too much about making it flat, he says, putting the flattening tool back away again. Right, you want just a little. This is all very expensive, and I'm not entirely sure you're going to get bang for your buck as a result, because if it is the road that is causing you to be unable to place this, then even with your magnificent terraforming skills, you're still going to be ending up with nothing good. Right, okay, where is it? What's causing you problem? I reckon it's that big ditch there. What's going on the other side? Well, the other side is just vertical. Alright, build it up a little bit more. Change your brush size down. Make sure you've got the angle, and then mentally picture where you want the thing. Sometimes I have to get stern with myself, otherwise I just, making a couple of jokes and, tweak the angle a little bit. Tweak. There you go. Now, have we got anywhere viable here? Not, as you'd notice. What if we went 80 meters? No, it's not happening. You are going to have to spend. Well, I'll tell you what. Look, I've only got 600 grand in the bank at the moment. So if I do, whoa, no, wrong button. Now go smoothing gun. If we smooth all of this, all right. Yes, you've got a hard cap of 600 grand on it. Okay, yes, well done. And then what? Well, it just means that, go mad with the money that you've got, knowing full well that you've got quite a bit more left afterwards. And just try and create one smooth patch. What about the cheating smoothing dozer? No, don't use it. No. But you'd only need a little bit of, just ever so. I mean, basically, you just tickle it. Be quiet. Right. All right. What's your problem now? How can you not align that? I mean, there's a bit of a lump in there, admittedly, but not in a significant fashion. And obviously, we've just rolled past month end. All right. Deploy the next cache. All right. Okay. Well, no, wrong. Check the tool before you use it. I'm gonna screw this light fitting in with a hammer. Yes, that's how accidents happen. Yeah, I know. People would probably pay good money to watch you try and put a light fitting in with a hammer. I'm sure they would. Right, how does that look? It's horrible. Oh, okay, right. Well, look, let's boof that a bit. Give it some boof. I'm not entirely sure what the verb to boof means, but I'm pretty sure you're all coming with me. So look, that looks arguably, doesn't it? Don't you think? Don't you think that's got some, hold on, you've gone doolally again. You've given yourself a cancerous lump there. Don't want that. There. Look at this. Look, all entirely natural. We could have done this in 3 seconds using the tool. It's going, yeah, sure. Where do you want it? Go on. I got no, anywhere you like, pretty much. You want to snap to the road? You got it. Right. Okay. Well, for future reference, that's what I'll do. It's just kind of go right. Just make a plateau and then bung the thing on it. If I can get away with not having to bulldoze a build, done. Sold. Take it. Good. Second street connection for sir? Oh, bum. Right. Okay. No, hold on. Don't need. We don't really want it, though. Oh, there's a thought. Maybe we don't need a station there. Maybe we put the station here. Are you going to delete the nice station that you just built? Yes. I think I rather might be. The only thing is that this station is actually no closer to the centre of town than this one would be. You are going to want to spend, let's say, 2 million on bringing the height of these two gullies up so that we can get some town build going on in there. I'm sure there's some smarty pants in the comments about now going like, yes, that's what I would have chosen to do to begin with. If you weren't clowning around quite so much, then maybe you would have come to that conclusion yourself. Right, okay, Second Street connection. Yep, do that, do this. and unable to align terrain. No, you are able to align the flipping terrain. Shut up. And go. And go. You happy with that? 240. Okay. Why 240? Because I hate my life. Nope, go back to 160 and just plumb the thing in. Take the thing that you can take in, take the thing, take it, take the thing, place it. Can't align the terrain. You can align the terrain. I evidently just wiggled the mouse a smidge. There, it's in. Ah, it's glorious. Ooh, it's gonna be challenging to hook it up to anything, but challenging's my middle name. Right, let's go like that. See, that's what I want to avoid. You can't build a house here and get onto the road with any level of ease. In fact, the difference in altitude here is I would say marginal, but I would be lying. It's significant. Right, okay, well, get this one, pump up the volume, and then thump it. Oh, crikey, he's using all the big talk here. Right, okay, there we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. What have we got? I had about 1.3 million in the bank, so that's our hard limit for this endeavour. If we just gently kind of waft over all of this. Right, you've spent it all. What have you accomplished? I made lumps. Yes, you did. Okay, right. Well, in all seriousness, those lumps are actually, quite helpful. There you go, out of money again. Borrow some more. Okay. I haven't got much more track to build. If I can make this station work... Yeah, you have spent more on terror. It's the map, I tell you. This map is, I mean, as much as I built it, and I'm quite pleased with the kind of the shading of the coastline. There you go. Look, that's good. That's going to work. Yeah, the coastline itself is pretty good and quite exciting, and I'm once I've got a little. What the heck have you just built? Ah, we're fine. I'm sure the AI can work with that. Yeah, coastline, good. Finish your point. The coastline is pretty good, and it makes for a nicely challenging and geographically diverse kind of layout. But when I put the thing together, I did not, and this is why the map isn't available on its own. Those of you who every episode go, "Can I have the map on its own?" It's not available on its own because the map on its own is awful. It is way, 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 way too lumpy. Now I put probably 2 hours of, and I could have recorded it because some of you people would have watched it, of me with the no cost mod turned on and the smoothing gun running around the map, hoovering up lumps before I even started recording this series in order to put the map into any kind of a serviceable shape. So that's why you can't have it, is because it's rubbish. Right, Citadel there, in a tunnel here, station there. This cannot possibly be too difficult. Difficult is one thing. What we're hoping for is this can't possibly be too expensive. Right, which side are we coming in there? We're on the left-hand track as you look at it. I'm excited about going through the middle of Toontown, though. That's got me all aflutter. That has, in terms of the potential for interesting. Ooh. Now I know we talk about this and we say no, you really shouldn't do bridges that are that long. Kind of go, long is less an issue than tall, and this one just breaks my. It's a little bit taller than I feel is dramatic. I think it's tall to the point of excess. So if we wiggle around a little, so if we just adjust the output from that tunnel and we head this way a touch, because what we're trying to avoid is the maximum downhill, because maximum downhill basically means that running in one direction until much later on, your trains are absolutely going to hate you, and they're properly going to struggle. Can we? See, that's max downhill with the bridge. So the only thing, what are we looking at with well, hold on. Yeah, there are other options available. You do a short piece of max downhill, and then you flatten it back out again. Anyway, you're on approach vector now, so good luck. Right, do that, and then do this. How does that look? It looks like the station is higher than the approach, but it always looks like that. It always looks like it's bowing. I don't think it is. Do you think it is? I think it is. I think that is definitely bowing. And I also think we don't need that. But I also think the terrain, the contour tool won't actually tell us anything here. This is where it does tell us things. And I go, oh, flipping heck. No, we can see that that's a peak there. What we can't see is whether the elevation here is different to there, because it's all on the same. It's on the same patch. Look. Well, hold on. But there's an easy way to deal with this, right? And that is to do this and keep it flat. Flat. Thank you. Or rather than keeping it flat, maybe we go up just a little bit so we don't have to do such horrendous groundworks. To about there. That looks like the angle's right. I think I'm overthinking this. I am overthinking this. All right, just pay the man and we'll be on our way. All right, okay, there you go. Have it. There you go. Right. What do we got? Well, that's probably quite steep. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We've built the thing. I'm not necessarily happy with the bridge design either, but we've got it, and I've still got 4.5 million quid left of me loan. And actually, 4.5 million quid will come real close to being able to carve up the middle of Toontown. Anyway, for the now, what the hell are you talking about? We're going to adjust Mr. Contraband. Hello, Mr. Contraband. Good. Hold on. No, I'm pressing pause by. I'm trying to stop the game with my mind by pressing the space bar, and it's not really doing anything. Oh, and I seem to have noticed rather late in the day I've connected to the wrong side of the platform. Yeah, you have. Well done, you. That's why you're number one. Everyone else is just a pale imitation. Right, there you go, do that. It's got a bit of a wiggle in it, but we're using that to stop the terrifying downhill speed that the train will unnecessarily have coming down the side of the mountain. Right, from the Citadel, we go out to Upper Toontown, which we will leave as Upper Toontown for now. Today, I'm going to remember to stop at the town on the way back. Most days I don't remember, but today I am going to remember. So we've got Citadel. Well, I guess you'd go Toon, Citadel, Caprica, right? Toon, Citadel, Caprica. I've got to come up with a better naming convention. It's very descriptive and I know what's going on, but right, leave that running. No, spacebar doesn't do that in this game. I don't know what game you think you're playing. I know exactly which game I think I'm playing. It's a game I've been playing too much lately. Okay, all right. Is this a game that you're recording? It's a game that I intend to record, but I never seem to actually get around to it. Why is that? I'm not quite ready to record it yet. Okay, good. Should we talk about this game that you are recording now? Okay. Well, back to the game that I'm recording now. So, we've got this, whatever it is, gestures at screen. And now we just need to, well, I don't know, engineer some way for people to get to it. I mean, you know, enterprising youths would undoubtedly hop the pavement here and just scamper along in order to drive a ride on the Iron Horse. But no, I think we're going to need to plumb in some kind of a commuting system. Now, are we running trams or buses here? We're running buses. We've got a very nice and active bus station there. Look at all these passengers waiting. I think I know what I'm going to spend that last 4.5 million on. Because I suspect that is the train that is currently not doing very much. Well, that fits in there nicely. Yeah, it does. But it also eats this inhabitable land. Well, it's inevitable you're going to eat some of the inhabitable land. There's not a lot you can do about that. Bang it in there. And then, what? Put a commuting... Oh, hold on. given that you've got something happening here, there already is a commuting line. Toontown commuter. That's Dogwood. So from Dogwood, we go out to Central, then back to Dogwood. And you've just finished it. How many vehicles have we got on this route? Well, it's a mixed bag. I'd love to say that we'd got this organised, but actually we haven't. Right, we're running the Daimler on here at the moment, but is there anything more significant than said vehicle? 22 miles per hour, 11 capacity, 22 and 10 for the Schneider. No, I think we have ourselves a winner. On which note, you will see that these are all default. Are they all default? Yes. That's disgraceful. I'm on the lookout for mods, people. The year is 1932. Don't suggest anything that is late. Wait for it. Wait. I know your favourite mod is the first thing you're going to suggest, but there are a couple of caveats going on in here. What I'm specifically looking for are trains and coaches associated with those trains. And here comes the train right now. Okay, so I want trains and coaches combo. I shall put in the comments a comment which will be, put your mods here. I'll probably use more flamboyant language than that, but I can't rule it out one way or the other. So you should put your mod suggestions in there, and I will endeavour to use them. Right, commuter to Toontown. Commuter, that's commercial. They're two different words. There you go. Right, that's that working. Good. Now, hopefully, what this will do is... yeah. So, we've got the station here, and then within spitting distance of the station, we've got the main bus terminal depot, call it what you will. And from there, it's now going to wend its way... Well, bring up the route, Nana. It's going to wend its way up to View Street, which is quite good. View Street has got a view, although I am working on bulldozing that view. Out to Toontown Central, which doesn't have a stop on both sides of the road, which is very helpful. Is that leading to these chaps having to do a lap in order to end up where they need to go? Surely not. That doesn't make any sense. Please hold. Could be that this route is actually balked. Toontown Central. Where do you go from there? You go to Dogwood Street, right? Which is there. Look. How many times do you hit Central? 3 times. Okay, right. Well, that answers that question. Right. Kill, 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 kill. Right. Add something. Start here from Central. They're both called Central. This is what happens when you know anybody that thinks Central. New station. Right, okay, fine. But, at least we'll now be able to properly gauge whether this is working. I need a bus stop on the other side of the street. Right, this, yeah, looks like a bus stop. Is that because it is a bus stop? Yeah. All right. Grab it. Yeah. Put it on the other side of the street. Yeah, good. Right, those two are now in accordance. From Dogwood to Toontown Central, allegedly, out to whatever this is. View Street. Okay, cool. And then down to station. In fact, View Street is in a rubbish location. That's going to have so much overlap. You'd be better off having it over here. Yeah, but that area isn't going to exist for long. We're going to bulldoze it. Well, what about having something down here? All right, okay, yeah. View Street, sorry, you're off the menu. Right. And then out to Toontown Station. And then back to Central. Hitting Dogwood, which is another one which is in a terrible location. And then, and in fact, Dogwood, you're done. Your dog's dinner. Right, there we go. We now go new station, Central, station, Central. Don't need that one. And that's how it works. Have you got everything? Yes, that is an effective route. It's not as big a route as we'd like. How much coverage have we got on some of these? Sorry, for some reason I confused the hell out of myself on that. Right now, it's going to have to come down this way. So it has to come past Central anyway. So if I wanted another stop, say there, then we could route back to here. Yeah, okay. Stick that in. I mean, there's no harm in having a couple of extra passenger stops kicking around. You know, maybe they'll come into their own later. Let's put it this side of the track. Okay. Also, I have a very strong suspicion that that this one is not going to make the cut come the Great Reckoning. And then there again. Okay, yeah, that's good. Right, all you vehicles who are recently confused, you should no longer be confused. Get to work. Right then, that'll do it. That's it for today. Now, what have we got? No, hold on. Didn't you say you were going to do something magnificent with a piece of spending money? I did, but I'm going to hold on to it. What I was going to do is replace the train that comes in the other side of Toontown. Let's repay some of this. There you go. How much have we spent? 8.7 and 4.5 on bulldozing and smoothing. Yes. But we're still only 2 million down. So overall, I've not. It's not been too dramatically bad. Next episode. Oh, don't commit to it. We're going to bulldoze the centre of town. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea, and I'm going to do it next time. I've been Colonel Failure. Let's find something amusing to watch. Because, you know, why not? Where's the train? There is no train. Let's watch things going around this helix. Anything? No one? I'll take someone on foot at this point. Chap on a bicycle? Mountain goat? Any of that? Well, we'll stay here until something happens. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Cheerio. Yeah, right. So, my financial situation is maybe not as robust as one would normally hope when considering bulldozing the centre of town. Because it's not going to be cheap. I think we're looking at a minimum of 5 million in compulsory purchase orders in order to make this kind of work. However, the upshot could be a nice, handsome little route that makes $1 million plus a year in terms of profit. Therefore, it's a 5-year project to repay that cost to bring me back to the point financially that I'm at now. Yeah, and that's before you consider adding in the trains to actually make that fly, because the turnaround time on multi-town connections like this is not going to be swift. So it's a long-term project. This is a it'll take us till the 50s, I think, before we really see the fruits of the labour from this. But we're going to do it anyway, aren't we?